Bam, we're live. Welcome. Day 42 of the AI prompt challenge. Let's share the screen here. All right. So yeah, welcome back. As you know, we started this off with a 30-day AI prompt challenge specifically for contractors and remodelers. And we've given you pretty much everything. Again, I appreciate those of you that have reached out and wanted some additional help by any means. You can always do that. And let's go. All right. One favor, one request. For those of you that have a TikTok account, do me a favor. This would help me out a lot. I would really appreciate it. I can offer you any help in return. I've got a brand new TikTok account, just started, and I'm on a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible. All right, I have reached 538 in just a couple weeks, and I have a couple good videos for you to check out. One of them here, 31,000 views. Most contractors won't survive. Another good one to check out is this one here. Yeah. So anyway, do me a favor if you could really appreciate, go to TikTok, like and follow the channel and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Again, if you appreciate the content and if you're learning things, that'll help me out. Once I get to 1,000, it'll unlock a few things within the app, and I can do some I can give more value even through TikTok. YouTube gets a little challenging at times. And anyhow, so here we are. Let's get into it. Day 42. Give me a second. Scroll down here and typeset. So this is a big one. Years ago, when I first got into real sales, you had to learn what they call a follow-up system. All right. And here's what I mean. You go out and you're talking to people, you meet with people, people call you, you call them, they email you, whatever. You have leads and you have to manage these leads somehow. Most people try to manage it up here. Well, your bandwidth for doing it up here only goes so far. If you want to scale, grow, stop being the self-employed guy, or let's just say you're like most people. Most successful people can get to like 1 to 3 million, right? A lot of contractors can get there, but they ain't getting any higher unless they have real systems and discipline. All right. So you do this this is for your sales side of your business. What I got trained in years ago is we would actually put things on the board. Every time you talked with someone, you would put where they were, right? From 0% to becoming a customer. And then you had 100% to becoming a customer. And then you have the areas in between. So you got a lead. Have you talked to them and qualified them? Move them, let's say, to 20%. Okay. Have we discussed the next step? Are we going to go do a paid design, or are you going to still go out and do that free thing? Whatever it is, you don't move them from anywhere until you get the next step. Let's say you get an appointment. Okay, good. Now you go out, and then the next step might be to sell the design service. So you've sold that. Now the next step is prepare that, and then you want to sell the remodeling. That once you have the signed agreement from the homeowner and the deposit, that's 100%, right? So lead is somebody that contacts you. 100%, you have a signed agreement and a deposit check. And then where the lead falls in between, you need to have a process for how you track that. You need to know at all times, right, where your leads are. CRM systems are great for this. All right. At a bare minimum, you should have a board, a whiteboard, you should have a spreadsheet. And ultimately, it's going to depend on how many leads are you trying to manage at any given time to the system that you're going to do on the back end. All right. And there's multiple online systems that you could utilize for this, but you have to understand the process and why you're doing it and how it benefits you. So what we want to look at today is building what we call the follow-up command chain, right? You're going to use the AI to help create that professional automated follow-up system that keeps the lead warm, helps win the job, and makes you look like the remodeler that everyone can trust. Now, why does all this matter, right? Because leads don't just disappear. Homeowners just don't wake up and decide to ghost you. If they're ignoring you, it's because something in your system is broken, right? Or you just don't have one at all, or your sales process is broken and you didn't build value and trust early on. That's why you get ghosted. All right. So every time a lead goes silent, you're just leaving money on the table and you're sending them straight to the competitor. You've opened up the door for the competitor. Okay. So the top 1% remodeler mindset would be the best remodeling companies in the country. They never let the lead go cold. You keep working that lead. So for at one point in my career, I worked at Caterpillar, and Caterpillar is, most people would not even fathom how advanced they are as a company. They are the global leader in equipment, right? There's nobody that touches them anywhere in the world. Now, they have systems on the back end and a database for all customers. Anyone who has ever purchased a piece of equipment almost anywhere in the world, they have a database on that. They have databases on clients that have purchased Caterpillar equipment. They have information on clients that purchase competitors' equipment. And they track all of that in their CRM. So if you were to work at Caterpillar and you wanted to sell equipment, you could go in to a database and get all this information. And then that way, when you're following up with clients, you understand where they're at, what they've done, what kind of equipment they've bought in the past, what they own, what they don't own, what they like, what they didn't like. People record conversations, right? And that's how Caterpillar builds these long-term relationships with their clients. Most remodelers can't even fathom, most contractors can't even understand this concept at all, right? Having years of data on your clients. So for me, when I opened up my remodeling business, we would keep a database on our prospects and clients, and there would be notes. We would talk about buying things and habits and things that we understood about the homeowner, what they liked, what they didn't like, hobbies, things like that, what they've purchased, what remodeling services have they bought, what remodeling services are they considering, right? And that way, whenever we would go to talk with them, we could do a quick review of their account. It's in our CRM. And then this helps us follow up. You should have this for all of your leads. And now, of course, when it's a brand new lead, you have minimal data. However, the goal should be to get those notes in. So, for instance, when I worked at Caterpillar, one of our goals was to contact all the people and start getting information and filling the database. Every time we wanted to get a little more data, try to get a better understanding. What equipment do they have? What do they like? What do they don't like? What equipment are they looking for? Where is their business going? Is it moving up? Is it going down? Right? In the business world, there's two things happening. Your business is either growing or dying. Some people like to tell me, Mike, we're just trying to maintain. There is no maintaining in business. It's either up or it's down, right? And if you're maintaining, that really means you're dying. There is no maintaining long term. You're up or down. So you want to understand that about your prospects, right? Are they thinking about the next project? So for us, we would often do the kitchen, right? That was our lead a lot of times. Kitchens were our number one thing. So often we're going to start remodeling the client's kitchen. While we're remodeling the kitchen, my lead carpenter and project manager are slowly asking other questions, getting to know the homeowner. And over time, they're seeing if they can uncover, is the homeowner going to be looking to do a bathroom next? Are they going to be looking to do a basement, a deck? How's their roof? What about the siding? How about the windows, carpeting, flooring? Are they thinking about moving? Do they own a vacation property? Do they own investment properties? Right? So somebody in your company needs to be gathering and ascertaining all these things so you can be putting it into your CRM system. And then you can really have a proud like command chain for how you're going to do all your follow-ups, the better you understand the person. So anyhow, let's break this down. So when you use something in AI, right, you can help it set up so that you understand next steps and how to respond, right? Provide the value, helps you stay in touch, helps you understand the person that you're talking to, right? You can figure out, you can ask it to help you with some subtle nudges, authority, right? So that you can turn, I'll think about it, into when we can start. So What you'll do is, this is a sample of what you could put into your favorite chat, whether it's a chat GPT, Grok, DeepSeek. So you're going to help use this for every new lead, or put it into your CRM. So you want to send immediately after you talk to someone. At a bare minimum, you should have a template that is a text and a template that is an email. And you send that out and thank the client for reaching out and talking to you. And you are confirming the next steps. We got your request. Here's what happens next. You should always be helping the client understand and navigate your sales system. This is your world. If the client reached out to you to contact you because they want to look into doing some sort of a project with you, you need to guide the process now and let them know what's going on and how your company navigates that field. And you have to make the client feel heard and prioritized. So that's why you follow up with them immediately. You put in, let's say you have the 24-hour value touch, right? So you'll follow back up with some helpful content. So for me in my company, I have a guide that helps consumers understand how to be a good consumer of purchasing remodeling services. So what we do immediately after the prospect reaches out to our company and we get their email address or their cell phone number, we will send them a digital PDF of the guide, explaining to them how they can go about purchasing remodeling services and being educated about the nuances. We talk about the high risk contractor, the low risk contractor, right? I have all types of things. I talk about why, if you look at historical data, the majority of homeowners that get into lawsuits with contractors, when they are asked off the record, it was they went with the cheapest price. You need to educate homeowners about that. You have to let them know, hey, this is case data from across the country. Look at this one. They were in Florida. That's what happened. They were in Texas. They were in Colorado. These people went and had to go to lawsuits. And when the evidence was uncovered, they made the mistake of deciding to hire the cheapest contractor. You almost never in a lawsuit uncover that the homeowner chose the best contractor. All right. You'll follow up with what's called a 3-day curiosity. So again, if you're not hearing back from them, boom, you do a casual check-in, right? And it's a non-threatening type. Hey, which part of the remodel are you most excited about? You're engaging them where they are. Okay. Then you follow up again. You do a 7-day deadline nudge, right? You're going to now create some urgency. Hey, we're currently scheduling projects for da da da. And this is going to vary depending on your busy, your company, the weather, all those things. Would you like me to hold a design slot for you, right? Scarcity triggers action without sounding pushy. And then you go on and do an ongoing nurture if you haven't heard back from them. So this one page right here, you should take a screenshot of that. And that should be your target to set up for your company if you do nothing else. Okay. You should create these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at five minimal outreach messages that you're going to send. Now, ideally, somebody in the company has this set up and they do it for the salesperson or for the owner, right? If I'm the owner of my remodeling business and I just met with the Smiths, I'm reaching out to my office and I'll say, hey, I'm pulling over for a minute. I'm going to update the CRM. I'm going to put in all my notes. And then you want to see if the office will then do all that for you. Now, if you pay salespeople, right, and they're earning commissions, well, then that's their job. But if you're a smaller owner operator, this is where you got to start utilizing an assistant, right, and getting that to help you out. So here's the prompt. Hey, your favorite AI machine, help me build the follow-up command chain. We're going to create a 2-week automated follow-up workflow for a high-end kitchen remodeling lead, right? We're going to include the immediate response, the text and email, the 24-hour value touch, and the 3-day curiosity follow-up, and then the 7-day deadline nudge, and then the 2-weekly nurture messages, right? Now, understand that these could change if the client reaches back out and decides to go forward and sign the deal. Okay. So anyway, All these messages should be professional, warm, and client focused. Use language that builds trust and encourages engagement without sounding pushy. So just imagine, what if you guys nailed this, right? You'd have no more wondering why your leads are vanishing, no more chasing people who never respond, no more wasted opportunities. So instead, you can start building that system that's running in the background 24/7, impress clients instantly, and it positions you as the safe and trusted remodeler. So this turns your quote process into something where you're not begging, there's no guessing, you're guiding the prospect through the process. And it helps them feel comfortable. It helps take their anxiety and worry away, right? So that's your challenge, is to do that, take that information and put it in and get your prompt going. And then put it into your CRM, right? Start crafting all the, get all the emails, get your logo, put your company name. So remember, the top remodelers don't follow up when they feel like they follow a system that makes ghosting them impossible. Many of the CRM systems actually have these schedules built into them. So, for instance, it's you should have my remodeling business. It's very easy for us to put that in there, and then we say, boom, boom, boom. Here's how it goes, right? So there's no guessing. Anyway, at a bare minimum, consider putting this stuff into your system. So that's it for today. I don't want to get into too much detail because you have to do the work, right? You just have to go and make the prompt and then put these into your system. It works. All right, guys. Again, if you haven't already, check out TikTok, find the Remodeling Academy, give us a like, give us a follow. Again, we're trying to get to 1,000 followers as quick as possible, and we are more than halfway there in just a couple weeks. So appreciate all of you, and if I can be of any assistance, you can reach out at any time. Have a good one. Where is the, there we go. And so I stop the stream and stream.